So Hannah, you were there at Cambridge on Sunday, and despite the result, how proud of a moment was it for everyone at FGR Academy to see Zach and Keon both involved?
Oh, it's a great boost for everybody within the academy. We've got a lot of staff who work with players from under 9s all the way up to under 18s. So it's fantastic for everybody to see the hard work and dedication that everybody puts into the academy paying off.
Is that the best part of your job, do you think? Seeing that hard work pay off for both Zach and Keon?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, we don't develop them, they develop themselves because they put in the hard work, the effort, the dedication to try and be the best football players that they can be.
And how good of an experience has it been for Zach in particular? Because he's been on a full-time training programme with the first team for a little while and involved in a lot of match day squads as well.
Oh, it's a great experience, and I think that's been a real positive of the football club. Is the models usually to have quite a relatively small first team squad, which allows those under 18s to get regular exposure. So Zach's been training full time for a period, but we've also had lots of other players who've had exposure up there, which is fantastic for players at 16, 17, 18 years old, and really gives them a kick start in that progress of progressing into senior football.
You've seen them both, they were in yesterday and in today. What have they both said about the experience?
Yeah, they loved the experience. It's fantastic, getting onto the pitch and actually, experiencing that match day crowd. But that's just the start of it for them. If that's what they want to do full time, they got to keep working hard, keep being dedicated, keep applying themselves. And I'm knowing the two boys, I'm really confident that they'll do that.
Well, somebody who's definitely done that is Harvey Bunker, and I suppose it's easy to forget where he was. This time last year, loan spells in the National League South. He's come in and made himself one of the mainstays in the Forest Green team. How pleased have you been with his progress this season? Oh,
he's a fantastic role model for anybody coming out of the academy. He's the first player in training in the morning. He's the last one out at night. He's had ups and downs on his journey. Times where he wasn't really fancied in the team, but he's continued to work hard. Times where he's been sent out on loan. He's gone out on loan, done really well, and come back and kicked on again. And that's an example to set to any young player who wants aspirations of being a professional footballer. Unfortunately, it's not an easy industry to get into, but the way that you dedicate yourself, the way that you work, and the way that you deal with those what could be perceived as setbacks and taking them in a positive vein and using that to your advantage to become a better person, a better player. Harvey shows all those characteristics, and we're really, really proud of him at the academy.
And how much of a role model can he be? Also a selling point, I guess. You can show that pathway is available and doable if you put your mind to it.
Definitely, Harvey came to us from Southampton when he unfortunately, didn't get a contract there. And there's lots of young boys who come out of Premier League programmes, etc., who maybe think that it's the end of the road for them. But there are lots of other opportunities at other clubs, and I think that's something that we can provide. That proximity to the first team, that the club care about developing young players. They want young players in the team, and that really helps us recruit better players, players that want to come and play for us because they see that pathway into playing senior football.
Do you look at a particular moment for Harvey this season, whether it was man of the match live against Sheffield Wednesday, captaining the side against Wickham, that was a particularly proud moment for the academy?
For me, it was Fleetwood away, scoring his first goal. I'd made that trip, gone all the way up there on a Tuesday night and thinking, this is a long way to go, and then it made the whole trip worthwhile. So it's seeing Harvey score that goal, and I was sat next to somebody, and I won't name him, who was telling me that he couldn't head the ball. Harvey needs to get better at heading the ball, and then he scored the goal with his head. So I was super proud of that one.
And you've mentioned that it's a small squad here. That means a lot of the academy boys often train with the first team. What's it been like for them to train under Duncan Ferguson this season?
Oh, it's a fantastic experience for them. Duncan's been there and done that as a player, and obviously around some top class coaches. So the help that he can give them, the encouragement, and telling them when they're not doing it to the level that they should be doing at, is really, really important, because they can't improve their standards unless they're driven in terms of knowing what that level is to be in and around the first team. So it's not a free hit for them. They still have to go and hit those standards and ensure that they keep those levels to make sure that the first team are training at their intensity for them to hopefully be successful on Saturday.
And something you always mention, Hannah, is not all academy players will make it, so it's important that you help them become good people. How much do sort of Zach, Keon and Harvey all reflect that, do you think?
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't be sending them up to train with the first team if they wouldn't. That is our responsibility, that any boy that comes from the academy is reflecting all of us, reflecting what we do, so that the way they are around the group. They're still young players, so they still need to be willing to help out and, help collect the kit in and, make the odd cup of tea now and again on the coach. But all that is part of learning. It's part of understanding that you haven't quite made it yet. You know, that's where you want to be, and you want to be a senior professional, but to be a senior professional, you've still got to keep working hard, you've still got to be humble, you've still got to do the right things, and if you keep doing those things, hopefully opportunities will come.